Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the HalfGen podcast. If you couldn't have guessed it already, we're back. Joined again by two of my favorite people in the world, Ross and Nat. How you guys doing?
Good.
For the audio listeners, Nat just gave you the peace sign. He said, "No, I'm here for the video people now."
No, I didn't say that. I was telling Ross before we started that I need to get my wisdom teeth pulled, like all four of them, and I have like a really annoying one right now that's growing in at an angle at the back of my molars, and now it's creating a spot where food gets stuck in. And I leaned down so I could pick it out, and I was trying to get it out, and I was like, I was fiddling with it. You said that right as I was fiddling with it. And I was like, do I open my mouth and my tongue? And I was like, let me not do that. And I will just give him a peace sign.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I had that happen in 2019. I had to get all of mine taken out because I had the same thing. They were growing in wrong. And one of them, like, because apparently I couldn't brush it like where it was because it was too far in. It was just basically like caving in on itself. And so I was like, oh, joy. And it got to the point where it was starting to cause me physical pain, so I had to go and get those out. Let me tell you, don't make the same mistake I did. I forgot to do like the rinse thing, and so I got dry socket. And if you want to know what true pain is like, get dry socket, because you can't sleep, you can't do anything except think about your dry socket.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so basically, once you get them out, they're just going to be empty holes until the gum grows back. So they give you like a little squirt thing to squirt out the holes after you eat every time. Because if food gets stuck in there, then the gum grows over it, then it gets infected.
Yeah.
So I thought I was doing a good job with that. And I went back in and they were like, oh, you got dry socket. And I was like a junior in high school. I was like 17 or 18. And my dad had taken me there. And the dentist or whatever goes, I'll be right back. And I just look at my dad. I just go, yeah, this is not going to be great. And they come back in with a tray with this big bag that has a biohazard symbol on it. I'm like, well, this can only end well. So they gave me 3 shots in the gum. And then I literally watched the dentist with a scalpel go, and then in my mouth. I didn't feel anything. And the dry socket for me didn't hurt. So it was just more annoying than anything.
I got lucky. See, I got unlucky in the fact that mine hurt and I had to go back. But I got lucky that nothing was in there. So what they did is they took this little like blue strip thing that had like I was talking to you that day, Ross, because remember I called out of work that day and we played video games. I don't remember what it was, but I was talking to you because I was up all night because of the pain. I went to the oral surgery place and they put like this little strip that numbed it. And then like, I felt really sick cause like I swallowed a lot of it by accident, not the things, but they basically just ball up this little like strip. It's got like a little bit of metal in it so that like, if they x-ray it, they can see it. So if it gets stuck, like if you lose it and you lost track and they can go in and be like, okay, it's still there. We need to take it out. I remember mine kept falling out. They just wouldn't stay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was excruciating.
And for me,
like
it didn't hurt. For me, it didn't hurt at all. It's just the dry socket happened, and I watched the oral surgeon just go in with a scalpel and take out chunks of gum. And I was like, huh, that's weird. But I can't feel anything, so, well.
I still remember.
And then I was fine.
I was knocked out for the whole thing, but I feel like at one point, I was consciously aware that they were in my mouth, like removing the teeth. Like they put me under, but I remember just being fully aware of what was going on at one point. Like I wasn't awake, but I was just like, my brain was like, oh, they're still working on it. You should go back to sleep. And I was like, okay, brain, let's do that.
I just remember
aren't exactly making me excited about this procedure.
I just remember waking up in a recliner and not knowing what happened.
I remember waking up and being totally fine. Like, you know how most people, like, you see those videos online of people just being like, oh, what is it? You know, the people who are just stupid after because, like, it messes with them. I got out and, like, I went and picked up my own prescription and stuff. Like, I was talking coherently. I was just like, okay, thank you. Have a nice day. You know, and I'm talking. I go in and pick up my prescription. I go home and I'm just like, I'm going to take a nap. I woke up. the side of my face, because my gauze overflowed. I'm just covered in blood. The side of my face, my pillow, it's just all covered in blood. And I was just like, oh, I should have changed that before I went to sleep. That was a mistake. And just like, I had to go like wash my whole face, like the whole half of my face. It's just red. And I was like, great. I can't use that pillow anymore. Change your gauze.
Yeah, that's been the only surgery I've had in my life up until the one I'm gonna have to have.
I had one surgery prior. You can't see it on the camera here, but you've seen the scar I have here, Ross, right? I think you've seen it.
Yeah.
You can't see it as much anymore because I've grown this out. But when I was like 4, I tried to, at the top of the stairs, my uncle put like one of those child barricades, and me being an undeterred child tried to climb over it at the top of the stairs. Not where you should put those. You put them at the bottom of the stairs so that the child doesn't fall down a flight of stairs, smack their face on a door jamb, and get a piece of wood through it. That's responsible. Yeah. And I don't remember crying or anything. I remember going and getting the stitches and everything. It was great.
I think I've had, I don't know, no surgery, but I got like 7 stitches right here. If you see like where my eyebrow like splits, I got hit in the head with a baseball bat when I was like 7. That was fun.
Yeah.
Cousin swinging at a ball just cracked me in the head with an aluminum bat. That was fun.
Did you get stitches from that car accident when you were driving to Ross's wedding?
No, they said I should have, but it like I split right here, the little thing. So like I don't really have this anymore. You know, little string that connects. Yeah, the airbag definitely punched me in the face and tore that.
Jesus.
Airbags hurt.
Yeah, I bet. That was such a sad, like we were so sad when we heard, because it was just like not only is he hurt, but he's not gonna make it. It's just like, damn, we were just looking. That was my +1 for Ross's wedding. He didn't make it.
I was halfway there too. Halfway.
Somebody still has your champagne too. I don't remember. I think it's Tony who still has it.
He said it went bad.
Oh yeah, no, mine. I still have mine. It's definitely bad. I don't know why I don't throw it away. I'm stupid. I still have it. It's in my fridge. And I'm just like, I was never gonna drink it anyway.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So cool.
Video games.
Speaking of video games, we're gonna actually start with news this week because it turns out it's been kind of a crazy week. So I have 2 kind of related stories. Do we want to start with the good news or the bad news?
Bad news.
Bad news. EA is abandoning Anthem officially. They made
Is that bad news?
Yes, they made Anthem. Okay. Listen, I've come full circle on Anthem. I was rooting for Anthem because I have played Anthem to completion now. I've spent a good amount of time with it. There's a loyal community still playing Anthem. Anthem has some incredible ideas that should be fully realized. There was a blog post today by Christian Daly, who is kind of heading up the project right now. In the spirit of transparency and closure, we wanted to share that we've made the difficult decision to stop our new development work on Anthem, aka Anthem Next. We will, however, continue to keep the Anthem live service running as it exists today. That's just kind of the start of the statement. That's kind of a letdown in twofold. One, I was just really looking forward to what they'd been showing. Looked very promising, and like it was going to fix some of the issues that existed for Anthem. And it's just disappointing that EA has kind of, completely abandoned it. And this was an opportunity for them to really like do right by the community, and be like, hey, you know what? We're not going to rest until this game, at least make the effort to, pardon me, like look at Destiny. Destiny didn't really pick up until,
You made me want to clear my throat after doing that. I'm sorry. Like, oh man, I can clear my throat too.
Destiny didn't really take off till the Taken King. That was kind of their redemption arc, and all of a sudden that changed the trajectory of that game completely. The Division, when they added some of their add-ons, that really kind of I'm sorry, what the hell? That changed their end game, and that evolved that game into something that, was deserving of a sequel. Anthem never really got that opportunity. And that's the fault of EA. You can point at BioWare as much as you want, but a lot of this comes down to mismanagement at the EA level. From everything we're aware of, BioWare is not blameless, but, this is definitely, probably similarly to the Cyberpunk situation. This is the publisher side of the business being like, just get it done no matter the cost. And then now that it didn't work, it's like, oh, shit. And the difference is, CD Projekt Red can't afford not to fix Cyberpunk, but EA would rather just be done with Anthem, which is a shame because there was potential. There was a gameplay loop there that's very satisfying. There was work that could be done to make that game something that stands out in that genre. And frankly, I'm very disappointed that it's not going to get that chance. And I fault EA entirely for that. EA makes a lot of money in a lot of scummy ways. The least you can do is do right by an audience that you completely screwed over. That's my opinion on it, at least.
Yeah, I think the reason why I said I think it's actually good news because I think that, like you said, there's a lot of really good ideas there. And I think there's a lot of really talented developers on that team who, honestly, I think they were in such a deep hole from launch that I'm happy that they get to just move on and help on whether it's a different upcoming BioWare project, whether it's a new Mass Effect, whatever it may be. I'm glad that talent that we so obviously saw in that game is able to not be working from way behind. And I get the community aspect to it, but I also think BioWare has way more blame than people give them credit for.
BioWare management, yes. I mean, we've all read the stories from Jason Schreier and all that stuff, and that's why I'm saying BioWare is not blameless. But I think a lot of this does fall onto the core problem. A lot of Anthem's issues came from Frostbite and the fact that it was difficult to develop in, and the fact that EA would rather give Frostbite support to FIFA and Madden, where they make more money, than to BioWare for a smaller game. And we saw that with Andromeda, and then we saw that with Anthem. So, BioWare is not blameless, but EA is at the core of, EA as the publisher, as the overall management, is at the core of the problem, in my opinion. For what it's worth, a lot of that talent is working on Mass Effect and Dragon Age because they got pulled for that. It was a small team that was working on Anthem at this time. And I think them ramping up probably could have opened up more job opportunities, could have brought in more talent, could have gotten that game into a good place. But I get it. I get why they did it. I'm let down as somebody who ultimately ended up really enjoying Anthem.
Yeah, I think that team is that team is super talented, but I think BioWare thrives when their games have a complete beginning, middle, and end. Yeah, thanks, Nat.
That was my I wanted to interject before we move off this topic.
I wanted to.
Oh yeah, no, we're still on the topic. I was just saying that I don't think that I'm gonna stop talking. Nat, you go.
I'm listening to you.
Responding to Nameface.
I'm sick.
Who fucks their employees? And we need to get people that hate soccer. I was gonna say that's like, I would even say arguably, definitively the most popular sport in the world. That's a very big mission.
Yeah. Literally everyone but America.
For what it's worth,
the tier soccer game sells better than most games ever could dream of.
For what it's worth, Nate is a developer. Nate is working on a game and is going to school for game development. So he's in the business.
I wasn't saying anything about. I was saying his mission of getting people to hate
I was
soccer.
just saying the fuck their employees part. He might have more of a like inside line to say that than most.
Yeah, but
EA fucks their employees. Oh, okay. So I thought you meant like physically, like that was a part of the meeting. I was like, there should be some look into that. Like, are we getting the exclusive here?
No. Mad.
So what I was trying to say was I think BioWare does much better when they have a static product. I don't think live service development is for all developers, and I think that BioWare had the ability to do it, but I'd much rather them go to what they've been fantastic at, which is distinct games, maybe some DLC down the line, but not a live service game.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, for what it's worth, BioWare Austin was the one who was going to take over Anthem from here, the Old Republic team. So
Yeah.
it was going to be their live service team taking over their live service game, which is why I was hopeful that they would actually continue it, because it wasn't going to be Edmonton running Anthem anymore, because they really need Dragon Age to hit. And
Yeah.
I spent a good, chunk this morning watching those Mass Effect trailers again, the Legendary Edition and the new one, because I'm just like, boy, that's the best trilogy of games ever made. Like, I'm just sitting here like, I cannot wait to play Mass Effect. And then, boy, what if the new Mass Effect is like the best one?
God.
What if Halo Infinite's the best Halo, Ross?
I'm going to go on record. February 24th, 2021. Halo Infinite will kill the franchise.
I'm not okay with what you just
last
said.
Push, like shoving the burning car off the cliff.
Yeah. That's been a dumpster fire, and it's just the final push.
Okay, well,
just blow it off.
Let's change the subject. Let's go to the people who left. Hold on one second. I was just seeing if Nate's
the other note, if we're talking about updates on projects, I was going to say Cyberpunk. Like they announced that they were going to try and get that patch out, but they can't because of all the hacks and everything.
I heard about that.
You guys seen that?
Yeah, I saw that.
They did another one of those yellow picture notes, but they left the yellow behind this time.
I don't think they can do that ever again.
Ironic that the game about hacking can't update because it's being hacked too much.
They didn't spec into the right tree, man. They spec'd all the way into marketing. They didn't do anything on the other two trees.
Yep.
Oh man, but on the topic of Halo, I guess let's talk about the studio that left Halo behind. Big risk, but it's paying off. Bungie is preparing for future growth in 2021. The studio, the headquarters, is going to grow to over 208,000 square feet. They're planning a complete technical modernization, and they're opening up their first international office in 2022. So I'm excited because they specifically mentioned Destiny. So it sounds like Destiny is not hopefully going to end after Lightfall. But they're opening up Destiny to a more expanded universe from the sound of it. They have board members from like Viacom CBS now and stuff like that. So it sounds like they might expand into like multimedia. Probably we could see the book deals like what Halo had. You probably see some TV options. I'm sure Netflix or someone would love to have a Destiny TV series. Especially with the star power Destiny already has, have a Zavala show featuring Lance Reddick. It kind of seems like the perfect move. They are still working on a new franchise, a new IP that will launch before 2025. That Project Matter, which is what it's been internally referred to apparently. But yeah, they're going from 84,000 square feet to 208,000. It's insane. They're hiring on a bunch of new people. Excuse me. It sounds like they're staffing up both the Destiny team and whatever team is going to be working on Matter for the... Pardon me. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today. The team that's going to be working on Matter long term. So I think that's incredible that Bungie is out here and people like to joke, oh, dead game. Well, apparently not, because they just keep growing. That's exciting.
Yeah, and the growth has happened after they've gone independent, which is even more impressive. I think it makes me excited that they are expanding into other things besides Destiny, because while I like Destiny, I know how talented those developers are, and I would love to see them do something else. So I'm excited to see what they have in store. I'm excited to see what Project Matter is and kind of the future of what Bungie is, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I know Nate has a plan. He wants to get his career to the point where he can interview at Bungie, and he wants to go to their office for the interview and get them to refund him for his raid jacket that came really late that he doesn't want anymore. So he just wants the interview so he can get a refund for his jacket.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey man, I'm excited to see them put something else out because I hate Destiny. And
yeah, we know.
I like Bungie, so I would like to like a game that they make.
Well, I'm just gonna let you know. The rumor is that their next game is also going to be like live service.
Oh well, then I'm not interested at all. Never mind. I take back everything I said.
I feel like they understand their future. I mean, Destiny's paying the bills, you know.
No,
Yeah, Destiny can continue to pay the bills so I can try something new.
From my experience, I just don't like live service games.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
me
fair.
neither. Me neither. It's.
I mean, I like GTA Online, but I don't even know if that's like a live service game. Like, is that a live service game? I don't know.
I mean, technically, that portion of it is.
Yeah, I think not in like
GTA Online is a live service game, not GTA 5 as a core product.
Yeah. It's now I'm just disappointed if it's going to be another live service game. So
yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm
done with you, Bungie.
I don't want to set up. You're not done yet. I bought you Beyond Light. You still owe me that much. We got to do a Grandmaster Nightfall.
We will.
Hands are clean.
I know.
Clean out of my life.
I don't talk to you about Destiny anymore.
Oh, you got very blurry just now, Ross. It looked like you was being censored, like you took your T-shirt off for a second, and it was like, this is too X-rated.
I would break the internet if I did that.
Oh, baby. Speaking of breaking the internet, Soulja Boy has a new console.
Soulja Boy.
The new Soulja
I didn't know
game.
where he was going there. I knew he was going somewhere, but I didn't know where. I was like, this is going to take a left. So I didn't know.
Soulja Boy
Kanye
has another awful looking console coming out that looks like maybe an Xbox One S and has like a knockoff. So Soulja Game console, the Twitter, February 13th, building a new console from scratch, all new design, all new games, all new deals. Let's make history. With this cheap ass looking PS2 knockoff controller and your little baby Xbox One S looking console.
What if it's the greatest console ever?
Take Ross's statement about Halo Infinite and swap out Halo Infinite.
What if Halo Infinite comes out exclusively on the Soulja Boy console?
Microsoft's dropping the Xbox brand because Soulja Boy has more marketability.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's dumb. Soulja Boy's dumb. He's gonna continue to be dumb.
It's like we can't compete with the Soulja Home.
Oh, god. Man.
Soulja Box.
I hate most things we've talked about in this podcast so far today.
What do you hate more?
About it.
Hold on. What do you hate more? The Mad Box or the Soulja Boy console?
I don't even know what the Mad Box is.
That was that
the
game,
Mad Box.
The Mad Box by Slightly Mad.
Because it's the classic example of a story I have zero interest in that we continue to cover.
I don't know what the Mad Box is, but here's my theory. I don't hate the Soulja Boy console because if you bought a console from the guy who made Crank That, you deserve to lose your money.
See, Ross, I
don't want him to get that money.
I pulled the Soulja Boy console because I knew Nat would be passionate about it.
I'm not passionate about it.
Because he's black?
No.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why would you...
Imagine I just realized, like, what the fuck?
No, I just knew Nat would want to talk about Soulja Boy.
Nah, I don't actually even care.
I know.
I used to know all the Crank That's.
Yeah.
But Soulja Boy didn't make shit. Soulja Boy didn't make all the Crank That's. Soulja Boy co-opted a movement, but nobody wants to talk about that.
No one should ever talk about Soulja Boy ever again.
Hey man, Kiss Me Through the Phone is a slap. Ashley Got a Dunk is a slap. That still goes up.
What is Soulja Boy's real name? DeAndre Way. See, he has a cool name. You don't need Soulja, but DeAndre Way is a cool name.
And what if you looked up and his name was like? You ever look up like Quavo's real name and it's Quavarius Bell?
Yeah, it's like
what if it was like
well, it's like it's like Akon's real name. It's like Akon is in there, but he has 7 names.
Jesus.
I mean, I can't remember where Akon's from, but that's like a lot of my friends from African descent, like motherland Africa, like Nigeria especially. What happens is they have like very long compound names. Just take a certain part of it, and that's their name. Like my friend, one of my friends, I don't want to put his whole government out there, but he had a very long name, and what we took out of it was Oni and O, like because it was just like a bunch of stuff. It was like a bunch of syllables in there.
Yeah, you know Dikembe Mutombo's real name?
No, I know it's very long though.
Yeah, it's. Hold on, we'll do this and then we'll move on. Dikembe Mutombo Mopalando Mukamba Jean-Jacques Wamutambo.
And my friend I told you plays for the Jets also has a really long name like that.
Yeah.
Like they only put full and ASCII, but it's longer than that, and his first name is longer than that, and it's a mission.
Names are fascinating. Brazilians also have super long names too. That's why there's abbreviated to like
Portuguese is also weird because like R's are H's and stuff. It's weird.
Did I say Brazilian language? I meant Brazilian people have long names, but they speak Portuguese. I do know that.
Well,
in case I didn't come across.
No, I mean, I said Portuguese because I was just listening to something where they were talking about that earlier. I can't even remember what. Yeah. Sidebar. A lot of like Hispanic places, like I have a friend who a lot of his family members have like 8 last names because they take the 2 last names of like mother, father combined, and if that tradition goes on long enough, now you have 8 last names.
Yeah, I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the running back for the Chiefs, his last name is hyphenated with his biological father's last name and his stepdad's last name, and that's where he gets the 2 names from because he wanted to honor both.
That's nice.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been delaying Chris's most hype news story for himself.
I'm so excited.
I thought this was garbage time. I thought we talked about Destiny. It was extend the clock time. I thought that's what we was doing.
Oh, I hit my mic. Oh, sorry, editing, Chris. Oh man, you thought we were in garbage time. You thought we had no more stories.
I thought y'all needed me to come extend it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
these are my friends. Get yourself some friends like these. Diablo 2 is being remastered, and it is coming to all major platforms, including consoles, for the first time ever. I am very excited. For those who are concerned, this is not being developed by the team that made the HalfGen's most disappointing, biggest disappointment of 2020, Warcraft 3. It was taken from them after said disappointment. I'd like to think we had a hand in that.
Let's be honest, we're the main reason this happened.
They won an award for it. That's not what they wanted. And so they took that from them and they went to the Diablo 4 team and said, hey, make this remaster. And it looks awesome. It's fully 3D. You can swap back and forth between the new and old visuals. It looks like if Diablo 2 was kind of made right now. And nice. I am incredibly excited. All the characters and abilities are back. I'm really looking forward to just doing like bail runs, and I want to make my Amazon again and get my Titan's javelin and fucking go to town with that.
Always a Titan.
Oh yeah, always a Titan. It's been that way since 2000. You know, it's fate.
And Nate, I will never betray Chris. I do cheeky stuff, never betray, never betrayal. It's not in my blood.
No, he will never betray me. He'll talk smack about my favorite game, but he will never betray me.
And jokes, I'm all here for the jokes.
It's okay. It's okay because I still give him shit. Hey Nat, how's Kingdom Hearts 3?
What are you talking about? I'm still alive,
PC?
right?
Are you gonna finish it?
If I would have beat Kingdom Hearts, I would have
PC.
If I would have beat Kingdom Hearts, guaranteed I would have died driving to Ross's wedding.
Oh my god. It wasn't out when you drove to Ross's wedding.
What if it was, though?
You know, he's got a point. He's got a point. What if it was out, though?
What if it was? Oh man. But yeah,
see, like if it came out that year, I would have been playing it before driving and I would have been super tired, and then when the tire blew up, I wouldn't have been able to steer myself to safety. I would have just spun out and went off the cliff that was like 20 feet ahead, and I would have died. I would have perished.
I just imagine Nat like seeing his life flash before his eyes. The last thing, I never should have beat Kingdom Hearts 3. It's the last thing he ever said.
Nah, man. That crash was kind of scary. I definitely spun out, and then when I stopped, I exhaled the breath, and I was like, and then a fucking big ass semi truck came by like, and like hit shit that was in the road that like fell off my car, and then I was like, huh. And then the airbag blew up and punched me in my fucking lip and fucking tore the stupid thing that keeps my lip to my gum.
It's good that it popped out after it was over.
Crisis averted.
That was something.
I'm glad we could joke about that.
Yep.
But yeah, Diablo 2, it is coming. So PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Series XS, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC, and it is coming out this year. It will support cross progression. So it doesn't support crossplay, but it sounds like you'll be able to move your character progress from, like, if you want to play on your Switch and then play on your PC, you'll be able to move that way.
Well, that's good because
that's something.
Depending on how much it is, you buy it on Switch, you buy it on PC. You level up your character on Switch on the train. You come back and you play with your boys on PC.
Exactly.
Easily done. Bing, bang, boom.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm happy with that.
I think they have to do it that way only because, like, there was that issue. Like, I know Diablo 3 on consoles had that big issue with people, like, hacking items and stuff because it wasn't always online on console, but it was on PC. So I think that's why they're doing it that way. They're probably running this in some form of the Diablo 3 engine. Or I actually wonder if they're using the Diablo 4 engine. But the really cool thing is they're remaking the cinematics.
Oh, nice.
Whereas previously they have remastered them in, like, StarCraft and stuff like that. They're completely remaking them from the sound of it. So this is, like, all in. And this is, if there's a game that deserves it, it's fucking Diablo 2. Okay, like, you can
Legendary game.
You can check out my old list, Ross. That's definitely in the top 5 there. That might have been number 2, as high as number 2.
I've never played Diablo 2. Like
you really should. Diablo 2 is
we'll all play together. It's fun. We'll all play together. It's super fun.
Are you gonna werebear with me, Ross? Are we gonna?
Yeah, I'll werebear.
Yeah. Let's go.
Are we gonna werebear? I'm insulted.
Well, you didn't commit to playing the game. You were just like, "Oh, that's cool," and I was like, "All right, Ross doesn't want to be a werebear anymore, I guess." But this is the first time I've gotten commitment.
It is your number 2 game.
I told you number 2.
List. Number 2,
behind Final Fantasy VII,
and above
StarCraft.
I have all 3 of us. I forgot Nat did this too.
Nat did do this. I went through and I tried to update mine the other day, and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. So all of our top 3s. Chris, number 3, Journey.
Okay, I did move Journey up. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Number 2, Diablo 2. Number 1, Final Fantasy VII. Nat, what do you think your top 3 are?
Probably
this was like
dumb.
as of a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Probably probably Jet Set Radio and then some other stuff.
So number 3, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Jet Set Radio. Number 1, Binding of Isaac. And
that sounds accurate.
I think I would move Binding of Isaac down. I would move Jet Set Radio up. And I might take Kingdom Hearts 2 off, but that's definitely top 5. I don't know if it'd be top 3.
Yeah. And then my top 3 that I'm updating on the fly here is number 3, Last of Us Part 2. Number 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Number 1, Shadow of the Colossus.
This feels weird. I might move Witcher 3 up.
Yeah.
We should go through one day
I
and
like
update
Witcher
that.
3 a lot.
I've been wanting to do it for a while.
We should update that like at least once a year. We should do it after like Game of the Year and just be like, hey, do any of these games make the cut? I think that'd be fun. We should do that. We should do it like we should just do an episode where we just talk through our lists.
Dude, I'm so down.
I'd be down for that. Much fun. Like just do like a bonus episode and just be like, all right, so where am I going to put this? What do you guys think? And then Ross is going to be like, it's your list.
Yeah. Oh, should this be 4 or 5? I don't know. Should it be 4 or 5 for you?
Ross, stop it. I'm asking for help.
You know what hurts? You know what I would put on there if it didn't cause me so much heartbreak? Darkest Dungeon. I would put Darkest Dungeon on my list if I didn't feel like I would play Darkest Dungeon for 2 weeks and then get fucking heartache from the tragedy that has been following me.
I've put in almost 100 hours in Darkest Dungeon across like 2 or 3 different saves, but I'm always afraid to go into the Darkest Dungeon. I just won't do it.
I've never gotten because I always get my A team wiped on something stupid. Like I send them all in together, like, hey boys, let's take on this easy dungeon, and then it's like, nope, fuck you. We know these are your best boys, so now we send it in the big dogs.
Yeah, I can't handle the thought of that
loss. I won't stand for this.
Yeah, the autosaves are brutal. No saves coming. Anyway,
I'm gonna play Darkest Dungeon and mod it so I can keep a save. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna live better than they want me to live.
Yeah.
That's an idea right there. There has to be a mod for that. I seen people modding Darkest Dungeon so the character models were hentai. So if somebody did a mod saves, I'm gonna be seriously disappointed in the Steam community.
Nate just made a joke. Level 6 party, level 1 dungeon, but everyone is allergic to peanuts after hitting 100 stress, and someone eats a Snickers.
That, I mean, it's not even that. It's more devious than that because it'd be like everybody's there. You get some bullshit status effect that's means nothing, right? And you're ignoring it like everybody's like hungry or something because you opened a chest or some bullshit. And then you walk into the next room and then there's a way higher level monster for the level dungeon you're in. And what do you know? Their fucking one exploit is this one weakness you have on you and you can't do anything about it. So she sweeps your whole team with some debuff fucking multiplier. And now your whole fucking A team is gone. And now you literally can't do anything because all your money and stock and armor and everything was on that fucking team.
This is the most passionate I've heard Nat since him and I went off on Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
He is very hurt right now. Holy shit. This
Bro,
is coming from the heart.
Darkest Dungeon 3, maybe 4 times. I bought Darkest Dungeon on PC. I bought it for friends. I bought it on PS4 and I bought it on Switch.
This is coming
and
from
I
a place
love
of
that
deep
game.
hurt.
But I hate that game so much. Like,
I'm with you, man.
I want to buy the new DLC to support, but I don't want to buy it because it's just going to cause me so much heartache. And like, if I I had a legitimately bad day at work after I was on the train, and that happened to me while playing on my Switch. I was like, why do I do this to myself?
Why?
I was like, I took that BDSM test on the internet, and I was like, I'm not a masochist. I'm not on the spectrum for BDSM.
Put that in the title.
Sometimes you just gotta check it out.
Put that in.
You see, I be bearing my heart on these podcasts for everyone, and nobody's here to go on the train with me. Y'all be leaving me hanging.
I have to say that all of the titles so far that have come during the podcast, all 3 are net. All 3.
Amen. If y'all want to know, there's like a fucking website where you can fill out like a.
This is going to be our first clip.
Like a 50-part questionnaire to see where do you rank on like the BDSM scale. And there's a bunch of kinky ones on there that I'm like, this isn't for me. You know, I was like, maybe I just don't know. And I took the question. I could clearly say, I'm not into that. All of those are a little too weird for me. Like, I didn't know some of the stuff on that list were kinks. Yo, I get y'all leaving me hanging, but the silence in chat is deafening. Nate was here this whole time, but now he's real quiet. Uranium's normally my boy, and he's not even saying anything. That's fucked up.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh my God, this is holy shit.
This may be the best podcast we've had in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now Uranium comes in.
Nah, fuck you, Uranium.
Oh God, we should start with the news more often.
We supposed to be boys. I drop it on your stream all the time, Uranium. Now hang out.
Uranium streams?
That's God. Oh.
He just says, "You do you, Nat."
No. Too little, too late.
Everything just seems trivial compared to that.
I mean, I drop in when he's in the call.
No,
the call, and I say what's up.
Yeah.
Nat, you know why they're silent? Because they're now taking that 50 question quiz.
They're taking the quiz.
Hey, man, that's your homework for everybody who listens. Take the quiz. Let me know. Let me know what your kink is. Please. You like being an animal and people biting you? That shit is weird. I'm judging you, fucking freak.
God. My dad says he listens to these sometimes. I really hope he doesn't listen to this
I hope he
one.
listens to this eepisode.
I'm sorry,
Hi,
Dad, if you listen to this.
Hi,
I'm
Mr.
so sorry.
Orlando. Thank you for being here.
I'm so sorry.
We appreciate your continued support.
Dr. Orlando, thank you very much. I'm the only non-doctor in my family.
That's dignified. You know, but he should know people have weird kinks. I'm sure he gets lots of. There's there's a high percentage.
Don't bring my dad into this.
There's a high percentage of people get hospitalized due to kink shame, like.
You say my dad's hospitalized?
Accidents. No, I said your dad. I said if your dad works in a hospital, he probably sees a lot of people come in. You know, with
Ross, you got on the title list now.
He got a doctorate in choral conducting. Not a hospital.
Wait, wait, what? Like, explain that to me.
Like, you know, like orchestra conductors.
Okay, cool.
Like
you said choral, and I thought like coral reef, and I was like,
yep.
And I was like, you don't live, and your family's nowhere near an ocean. What the fuck? How do you get that?
You haven't heard of the Great Kansas Reef? Come on, man.
I'm leaving.
Yo, if you want to go to a great lake in Kansas, Lake Cheney, filled with crap and baby diapers. Disgusting lake. Don't go there.
If you're gonna tell me you there's a great lake in Kansas with coral in it, I was gonna say, let me tell you, I have some beachfront property in Arkansas waiting for you. Let me know.
Yo, don't bring Arkansas into a Kansas talk.
Yeah,
I don't want any
Why
of that.
Why is it not Arkansas?
Yeah. Well, people in Kansas have too big of an ego, and you know the Arkansas River, they call it the Arkansas River in Kansas.
Of course they do.
Yep.
They probably call it the Our Kansas. I thought that was funny. Yeah. Ross didn't.
I'll leave you hanging on that.
I wanna hit
but
you
I was
with
gonna
the joke
say,
you hate, but I'm
your
not
dad
gonna do
is a man of stature and he's seen a lot of things, so I'm sure he's heard of some kinky accidents. You don't get a doctorate without being in school for a long time and being around some weirdos. School is a gathering ground for weirdos. I guarantee most of the weirdest people you've met in your life, you met them at school. You didn't choose to meet these people.
No, I met them. I met them online, and they ended up being groomsmen at my wedding. And some guy who was on his way to my wedding who didn't make it.
Hey,
those are all the weirdest people I've met.
That's me. Hey, I'm one of those people. Oh shit!
Hey, man,
I don't know.
Telling you,
still flattered.
There's a lot of people not sharing their kinks with you, Ross. You might want to.
You might want to double check. Way.
No,
he wants
I'm
to
perfectly
keep it that
happy.
Way.
Yeah.
Nate says, "Are you still married?"
As far as I'm aware, yes. As of an hour ago, I was. Yeah. I don't know now though if I still am. It's up for debate.
God. Oh shit!
Yeah, maybe we should start with news more often.
Yeah, that we found the secret catalyst. Oh god, I don't even. So yeah,
everything else seems trivial at this point.
Yeah, I already said that.
Is the garbage time now? You need me to extend it?
No, what we talking about? Soldier Boy? Yep. Yep. Let's talk about Soulja Boy putting on a concert in Destiny 2.
My biggest contribution to the last 5 minutes has been laughter. That's it. Oh shit.
Yeah, literally all of my groomsmen except for one person. 2 people met online on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
A lot of my good friends I've met online. Yeah, I can say that.
If you include my brother as a groomsman.
Did you meet Zane on Xbox Live or did you meet him in person? Well, I guess you kind of met him on
I met him on Xbox Live.
Technically.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
2 of them were friends of mine that we met. It's through osmosis. We somehow, over the internet, merged our friend groups together, which is... Still don't know how we managed to do that, but we did it successfully.
Yeah, I mean, from high school, I literally only talked to one person that I went to school with. And I went to school with most people in my high school from like ages 4 to graduation of high school. And I only talked to one of them. So.
Yeah, and then one of them found Jesus. Also managed to turn his TV speakers into a microphone somehow. Still never
the most incredible
understand that.
Yo, people want to believe in God. That's proof.
This dude muted his microphone and just screamed as loud as he could into his TV, and we heard it through our microphones on Xbox Live. And I'm just like, how? Like, he completely disconnected it, everything, and he just screams into his TV, and we hear him screaming. And we're just like, what the fuck is this?
Yo, that's the moment he found Jesus.
Oh, my God.
That was the miracle.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. Sidebar, like you could use a speaker as a microphone.
No, I know, but it was
just a TV speaker.
It was just a TV. Did we lose
God.
Nat? Oh no, not again!
Oh no, not again!
No!
And that's another title.
He does it. This is. He always has the best face when he does it.
This podcast is the most chaotic podcast we've had in recent memory. This may be the most chaotic podcast we've had since HalfGen started. It's up there.
This is my new favorite episode.
Yeah. Yep. That's another title. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Well,
I'm just gonna make the description of this one like, here are the titles that we left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
just a list of titles.
The description is if you like chaos, welcome.
I'm gonna highlight that clip of him talking about the kink shit, and I'm gonna put that on Twitter this week as like a preview of the podcast. Great. No, that's quality shit. That's gonna get people to listen.
Developers, send us your games. Listen to this clip. Oh god. For our audio listeners, he just sent both of us a video. He can hear us, but his video is frozen. His internet's working. Nat, maybe leave the channel and come back in the channel? I don't know. That'll screw up the overlay? I don't know.
No, once he turns his camera back on, it should put everything back.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. That's...
How you doing, chat? Oh, well, during this brief intermission, it's off-topic stuff, I told Chris about this. I've been on a retro gaming shopping spree.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what. I told him about these the other day that just came in. The Halo 2 multiplayer map pack, which is backwards compatible on 360.
Don't know why. I mean, I get why, but like, come on.
Enter the Matrix. It's not a great game, but I want to beat it.
That is a clean looking case too.
Yeah,
that is like mint.
This is one of the most like well taken after cases I have.
You have to continue that legacy.
Crimson Skies, High Road to the Revenge, a really fun dogfighting game. And then I actually have this order up. So there's this retro game store in Oregon who you can buy their stuff online and they'll ship it to you. And they're the only one in their area, so they get like all the trade-ins. So they have like a really good selection. So let me bring up my order from them.
What place is it? You want to shout them out?
It's called Side Quest Games.
Okay.
They have a ton of stuff. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games for basically like $80. Resonance of Fate on PS3, which I've been super interested in playing for a long time. It's a JRPG with real-time action combat and guns. I a long time ago lost my cases for Infamous 1 and 2, so I just bought new complete in-box copies for $5 a piece.
That's a good deal.
I bought for N64. I just collect the cartridges, and there goes Nat.
There goes Nat.
For N64, I just collect the cartridges because the cardboard boxes are so hard to get in decent condition. So I got Star Wars Rogue Squadron, which I have the one on GameCube, which is really fun. Final Fantasy X PS2 complete in box. Killzone complete in box. Killzone 1 because I have good memories with that. Max Payne on the original Xbox, and then Burnout 3 Takedown on the original Xbox.
I told you don't look. I told you not to look.
I just just so you know, I tried to time you out, even though I knew I couldn't. I did it anyway, just for my own personal sanity.
It could have been worse, Ross. I tried to actually get Nate to guest. There was a miscommunication, and he didn't realize that I meant Eastern time, and I was trying to get him on for this episode. or for any episode. He might be guesting against. Hi, how you doing?
I really don't know why this keeps happening on my computer. I definitely want to install a fresh install of Windows because I really don't get why the fuck this keeps happening.
It's all good.
Well, welcome back.
I'm back. It stopped recording for me at 45 minutes.
Okay.
Chris's face processing.
I'm trying to decide if it's worth just having Cypher rip the podcast audio at this point, rather than trying to realign all this. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, we could just do a fresh start again and then add this, combine the clips if you want. Not a fresh start of everything, but start or keep going.
Let's just roll with it and we'll see what happens. At this point, let's just assume.
So do you want me to start recording from 45?
No, let's just roll with it from here. We'll just keep rolling with it. I'll have him rip the audio from the video for this one.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
So you want me
because we were still honestly, nah, fine. Because we've been talking the whole time you've been gone.
That was too good. I'm saving it.
Okay, no, yeah, save it.
Just for your own.
Actually, you know what? Still send it to me because I want to take clips from that. So still send that to me because I'm gonna pull audio from that.
I'm the audio quality is good. At least have the superior audio quality for the craziness.
Well, now that things have calmed down a little bit, I guess we could talk about Overwatch 2. Remember that thing is happening? Remember Overwatch 2?
Yeah. Did they announce a release date?
No, they just said it's not coming out in 2021. Yeah, so the BlizzCon Online was where all this stuff was announced. I'm not going to go into the details on everything. The two games I kind of cared about were Overwatch 2 and Diablo 2. They showed off Sojourn for the first time. Kind of more in-depth look at her. They also revealed a couple things. So there's 2 new maps, Rome and New York. There's dynamic weather events like blizzards and sandstorms. There's the new PvE objective scenarios are going to be hero missions. There's going to be class passives that grant skills to players depending on their role. So they're testing that right now. But supports will have a certain bonus, tanks will have a certain bonus, and that's going to be inherent to all characters of that class. Support characters will have a slight health regen when they've been out of combat for a little bit.
That makes sense. That's cool.
Character specific enhancements they added more steering to Reinhardt's charge. They also gave him the ability to have 2 of the little fire things.
Oh yeah.
So he can stock 2 of those now. Again, this is all subject to change. There's the talent trees.
I think I realized what's happening on my computer.
Yeah.
I think because this is my old drive from my old computer, I think this drive is dying.
Ooh. That could actually be it. It just can't handle greatness.
It's not letting me save the files. It can't access the file from my main drive, which I don't really care. But I'm oh, this kind of sucks.
I'll get that clip because I wanna put that up. I'll get it. We'll get it.
It's not letting me export this Audacity file.
All right, so here, Russ, we can stop our local recording because at this point it doesn't matter. We're not going to be able to use it.
Yep.
So we could just stop that. And hell, you know what? If the quality ends up being good, fuck it. We'll just roll with this every week. One less thing to worry about. Until, maybe someday we're in a position where we can record everything locally.
Maybe
imagine
get that program eventually one day where, even if we're doing online, I can't remember what the name of the program is, but it handles all the synchronization.
I know what you're talking about. Mark told me about that, and I want to try it, and I need to ask him again what it was.
I knew what it was, and I was
Russell,
I want to tell you guys. Hey, Russ. I don't know if he likes Russ.
I don't actually think we mentioned it, guys. We're streaming again. The podcast is going to be live on Twitch every week again. Twitch.tv/NightmareCV. It's easier for Cypher to get at it. So, instead of doing a bunch of local recordings and uploading a bunch of files and stuff, we're just doing it live. So if you ever want to come out, hang out in the chat and talk, and Russell and Uranium, if you want to get yelled at by Nat, be here. But you got to earn it because Nat doesn't just, he doesn't call out just anybody. He only calls out his friends because that's what friends do.
It's true.
That's what friends
I'm
are
trying
for.
to see if I could save this file. I'm sorry.
We already stopped ours, and I didn't save it. So
No, we're still recording. I just want to see if it's gonna let me. Not this isn't for like podcast purposes. I just
Got
want to see if it's just bunk. I'm definitely just gonna have to buy a new drive. Ah, well, I should be getting money back for taxes. If this is gonna happen now, this is like ideally the best time because I'll have disposable income to mess around with.
boom.
Don't ask me if I want to fucking save if you're not letting me save. Just close. Audacity, fuck you.
So Overwatch 2.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, they didn't reveal Sojourn. Excuse me, but they teased her a bunch. They showed some new like looks for some old characters like McCree and Reaper and stuff like that. They're not crazy different. They're just like more refinements. Like Reaper, instead of having the bone color mask, now has like a silver one. He's a little edgier. You know,
Does it say Bonesaw is ready?
No, not anymore. That was a secret line of dialogue, you know.
I was waiting for Ross to come in and then hit it. Yo, what if after your surgery you can't do the Bonesaw is ready anymore?
Oh, he'll be able to. That's raw talent.
If anything, I'll be more driven because I'll have a titanium plate in my face for the rest of my life.
You'd be like Kanye West. You can't even go to the airport.
Do we want to talk about Google Stadia class action lawsuit over 4K?
Not
I don't even know
particularly.
what's happening there.
Ross, I know what you want to talk about. You're up. Tell me about what PlayStation's doing with VR.
Hey, so they came out and formally announced PlayStation VR 2. It's not much. It's not coming out this year. But it's going to have a new controller. It's going to have a way better resolution. And my biggest thing, it's only going to have one wire, which, if for anyone who has a PSVR, it's a disgusting nightmare of cables. It's stupid. So that's awesome. It's nice to see that PSVR has done pretty well for Sony, and it's good to see that they're continuing on and to support it with new hardware and that sort of thing. So anytime I talk, Nat just does stuff, and I feel like it just undercuts me. So I'm just gonna stop talking now.
No, I am listening.
Remember, the audio people don't see anything that he's doing, Ross. They're listening intently.
It's true. It's true.
Do it for them. Do it for the real ones.
I was literally looking at you, Ross. You're right here, and I'm looking at you, and I had Domo right here as a chin rest because my chair is an optimal piece of garbage that I hope to replace, but now I got to pick between replacing that and replacing a hard drive. So, we'll see.
It's fair.
I might be on this chair for
I brought something to show and tell as well. It's a little Lego man. So, fun story.
I got my froggy slippers.
I didn't actually tell this story last week. So I think I mentioned it maybe. I went on an adventure, and when I was a kid, it was my friend's like 5th or 6th birthday party. He had it at Chuck E. Cheese, and his parents gave away these little Lego sets. And I got like as like the party gifts, and I got this guy. The video people will see him, this little like cyborg looking dude. I gave him the armor and the cape. He didn't come with that. That came over time. So as a kid, this was like my Lego guy. And so I loved this guy. I named him Alex. This is Alex the Second because I'm gonna keep the theme alive. This is Alex 2. It's kind of like Tom from Toonami. This is Alex 2. But this was like my favorite toy growing up was this Lego guy. And at some point, somehow, I don't know what happened to him. And the other day, I was like, I bet I could find him on eBay. And so I found this database that had all these Lego sets. Every year of release, everything. And I found him. I found the original set that he came in. And I found it on eBay. And I made an offer and got it. And so they sent it. And so I got this. I bought the armor that I had for him as a kid. I bought that armor and I bought that cape. I bought like little weapon sets and stuff because I was like, I'm getting him everything he ever had. Like he's going to be
let me tell you,
decked out.
Can I make a random recommendation for this story?
Up?
buy another 2 sets, because in case this podcast blows up, everybody's gonna jack your steez. If you lose them again, you won't be able to find him. I'm just saying, before the prices go up.
True.
Right.
It's like retro game YouTubers do that.
He's got this little like hover little thing going on. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's what he looks like normally, like without the armor and stuff.
The once we figure out if this podcast is blowing up, you got to buy all of them, especially if that clip goes viral of all of them. And so, you know, you could hold them, or you could corner the market on that Lego guy.
But yeah, like this is how he looked as a kid. He had the cape, he had the little like insectoid armor. Like my friend gave me the armor and like the cape and stuff. And like this was just my dude. Like we would play like Gundams, and like he was my pilot, you know? So like he was always like involved. He was the best. I also had like this green guy. I got him crazy armor, and he was Jim Raynor, because he looked like Jim Raynor, and you know, there's a Jim, you know. So that was awesome. Always.
We'll be here for hours if I start showing all the knickknacks and doodads around my desk.
Yes, Nate. There was a red one of them. Yes, I never had the red one, but there is a red version of this guy, and so there is a red versus blue scenario where that happens.
Yeah, I don't have any knickknacks on my desk. I just have this bruise on my elbow.
Nice.
From slipping and falling on the ice.
Not nice.
Damn. Sorry to hear that, pal.
Yeah, that was my adventure. I found all that stuff. I spent like $80 on just stuff, and between like shipping and everything. But the guy, the person selling it was nice. It was like $29 or something, and I was like, "Hey, will you do 25?" And he just immediately accepted it, and I was like, "Dope, let's go." The next thing I want to get is I want to get like if I can find it, and I can't right now, I want to get a sealed. I want to get 2 of them. I want to get one that's sealed and one that I can put together. The original run of Bionicles, Kopaka, the white one.
It was actually kind of expensive, I think.
I know, but that was the one I had as a kid, and I still have it somewhere. But like, I want it in the cylinder. Like, I want the whole setup. That was my boy. That was my first Bionicle, and he's the legend in my book. So I had all of them as a kid, but now I want him back, and I want to get one that I can build, and I want one that I can just kind of keep forever, just like to have it. Man, collecting Legos is rough because that shit gets more expensive the older it is. Like I wanted to find like one of those.
Your friend's family is rich, man, because Legos are not cheap. For them to buy, how many kids were at that party? A set of Legos?
Well, I mean, this was like in '95, so they were like $5 for this little.
Still remember them being,
because it used to be in the plastic bag too. I don't think it. No, it might have been in the box. I don't remember.
Not only that, I just feel like they're buying it for everybody, and then not only are they buying for everybody, but I'm assuming they had a party and everything.
It was at Chuck E. Cheese.
See, so they did Chuck E. Cheese, and then that, they had some change.
And I'll just show real quick. I want to build these on stream at some point. I got this, Ross, at Nade's suggestion. He linked this to me, and so I bought it.
Nice. A Lego set of the game that kills a franchise.
Technically, nice. It's Mega Constructs, but it comes with I think this one is it's the new armor. So I wanted that. I wanted I like the new armor for Infinite. So I wanted to have an Infinite one. And then TJ out of the blue sent me this. I did not flip this one over because it has my details on it. But TJ sent me this like Bumblebee looking dude. But he also turns it. I can't flip it over, unfortunately. But you can also build like these little vehicles instead. Or you could build the giant robot, which is what I want to build. But if this thing's really cool, I'm going to buy another one and then make the little vehicles. But I want to build these on a stream sometime because I think that'd be fun. But he just sent me this out of the blue. I was like, why did you do this? And he's just, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, Uranium.
What is he saying?
He said Chuck E. Cheese wasn't cheap for party hosting.
Yeah, I don't know. I know his dad was like the head of the Boy Scout troop, and I said something really mean to him once. I was in this other program, Civil Air Patrol, and I said something really dumb, and I regret it to this day. And he was like, "Oh, I'll have to have you come talk to the troop one time." And I was like, "Well, you better start selling cookies because we make the Boy Scouts look like Girl Scouts."
Yeah, that's me.
And that's not the thing you say as a teenager to your friend's head of the Boy Scout troop. That's mad disrespectful. And at the time, I thought I was really funny because, like, that's what my uncle, who was like an Air Force colonel, he used to tell me that. He'd be like, "You guys make the Boy Scouts look like Girl Scouts," you know? That was the thing he said in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And now I look back on it, I'm like, boy, I was fucking stupid. That was real dumb.
Toxic masculinity, bro.
Sucked for your friend's dad, but you know, as the organization as a whole, history has showed the Boy Scouts are not a great organization. So, you know.
It's true. It's true.
We don't need to go deep dive on that.
Yeah. Quick side note, apparently a Mass Effect project has been teased by Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I saw that. And I don't know what the hell that is.
He posted some picture on Instagram of him getting like his Geralt makeup on, and people used he has a script in front of him, but it's like it's blurry, but people found a way to make it focus, and words such as Cerberus, Talizora, and Geth are on it.
I wonder if maybe they're doing like a Netflix series.
Potentially.
Who do you think he'd be? He'd be Shepard, right?
I would assume.
Or do you think he'd be like a Garrus?
Probably.
I think
I like Henry Cavill, but I don't think he's charming enough to be Garrus.
Fair. Man,
has to be
that's one of the things I'm most looking forward to about playing that trilogy again. Is just reliving that, like Garrus is my boy, and just reliving that.
Yeah.
If it was Garrus animated, I feel like you would just get the original cast.
It makes sense, but I feel like there's been cases where that could have totally happened, and they just recast people.
No, yeah, you're right. I would just like if I was making a Mass Effect animated series, the first thing I would be is like, okay, contact EA. Can we get these people? You know,
that's the
first thing on my list.
I want to play Mass Effect so I can do the exact same thing and play with and marry Tali or whatever.
Yes,
she's the
dude.
Best. She is the
she
best.
She is the best. How can you not?
By far.
Dude, like she just like, my God.
Her story's the most meaningful. Miranda was fighting for her family, but she was fighting for her planet.
She was fighting for her people and to finally feel like something. True love. No. She risked everything for one night. Bro. No one else does that.
She wanted to kill Legion, man.
Everybody makes mistakes. But she came around, okay? And she fully supports the Geth. By Mass Effect 3, she's like, whatever you want, Shepard. She's totally cool with Legion. Bring Legion with you on the mission to save her. And that's real awkward.
That's what I did.
You roll up on the ship and Legion is there. They're like, why did you bring a Geth here? And it's like, don't worry. Yep. He's with me. That doesn't make it okay. Mass Effect 2 is the best Mass Effect game. Don't at me.
You know my opinion.
I know your opinion.
I'd forgotten about Legion, to be honest.
Legion's dope. I remember when Zane was on deployment and he played Mass Effect 3, but didn't have his Mass Effect 2 save. And if you don't bring your save over, you can't save both. And so he had to pick one or the other, the Geth or the Quarian. So he stopped playing and didn't play it again until he got Mass Effect 2 and then started the whole thing over on the PS3.
The only option. That's the only option.
He was like, I remember him texting me and being like, I refuse. I won't do it. I won't choose. I'm starting over. And he played the whole Mass Effect 2 again because the PS3 one had like the comic you could start with. He played through all of that again. And then got to Mass Effect 3 just so he could save both of them.
Hey, man. I love I like Mass Effect 1.
I cannot wait for that remaster.
Something about 1 just captivated me. And I played it so much later. And it just captivated me. I was like, oh my God.
Listen, all three of those games are fantastic. That's why I still hold firm. You know, Halo is my favorite franchise probably in the world, but Mass Effect 3 is the best trilogy of games, in my opinion. That is just so complete, and like the reaches back to 1 and stuff like that. Like that game is just so incredible with how it ties everything kind of together, and ultimately the ending sucked. But like that's a very small piece of the overall puzzle.
You know what game I need them to bring to PC? Because I feel like no other game scratches the itch of what I did in this game. And I tried to play the other day on my Xbox One, and it was like they were trying to charge me for all the DLC again because I bought the DLC with Microsoft points and it doesn't carry over for whatever reason. If you bought it with credit card, it did, but massive like Microsoft points, it doesn't, which is total fucking bullshit. But Fable 2.
Oh God! All I remember from Fable 2 is the end of that. Ross, did you play Fable 2?
No.
Oh, do you plan to?
You should buy Fable 2.
You should play Fable 2.
Games.
Okay.
Fable 2
Ross, cover your ears for like 1 minute. If you care about the end of Fable. I just remember at the end of Fable 2, and it's just like, I want to bring my dog back. And they're just like, really? You brought your dog back? And I was like, hell yeah, I brought my dog back. What are you talking about, bitch? And she's just like, I just didn't think you would do that. I thought more of you. And I'm like, bitch, I love this dog. Fuck you. I'll sacrifice you for the dog any day. He's not looking. I can't tell him to put it back on now. Yeah.
I can't remember what I did in that scenario.
Yeah.
But I feel like I did the same, to be honest.
I just remember that Tony went around the town and married everybody. Tony, not Cypher Tony. He went around and married everybody. And like they'd all meet each other in town and they'd be like, hello, honey. And it'd be like, don't talk to my husband. He's my husband. And they'd be like, no, he's my husband. And they'd all be mad at him. And he'd just do the stupid sock puppets thing. And they'd all just start clapping and laughing. And everything was okay as long as he could get in as much trouble as he wanted. As long as he did sock puppets.
That's why I liked Fable 2, because there's so many dumb shit like that you could do. Like, I did so much dumb shit in that game.
Play as a girl in Fable.
Yes, you could. You could. There's also like a sex change potion in it, and like there's like a fucking like. So I always play good characters in all games, but Fable 2, if you joined like whatever their Dark Brotherhood equivalent was, like the Dark Magic Society, you could get villagers to follow you with the sock puppets or whatever being charming, and you bring them down into this platform, and you spin this wheel, and the wheel would give them a status effect. So I would save, and then there was like sex change one, there was like a turn them into pigs, there was like a bunch of different like things that you could do, and it was really funny. So
couldn't you also just sacrifice them too?
There was, but there was like a side mission where there was like a quest of like, it was like, I don't think this quest aged well now that I think about it, but it was like a couple that were like in trouble gender wise, like they both had like opposite roles, so you could solve it that way, or you could get the potion and it solves them, but they like divorce or whatever. And there's like a bunch of weird stuff in that game that I love. That game was so quirky. It just thought outside the box in the way you handle situations. I really like Fable 2 specifically. Fable 1, not my steez. Fable 3 is terrible, and Fable
I like
2,
Fable 2. And the fact that you can play it in Ross, it has full co-op.
Well, what was wrong with 3? I've always heard 3's bad.
It's not good. 3
learned the wrong lessons from 2.
Yeah,
and it just didn't evolve the gameplay in a satisfying way. It
doubles down on all the bad stuff. And the story isn't like impactful and meaningful. You start off, and essentially your quest is to become king. And you become this king with angel wings and stuff. And instead of like being one of the people that goes around and like messes with the town and stuff, you become this like deity that's above everything. And it's like, it kind of removes a lot of the quirkiness. I also don't remember because I haven't played it in forever. That game was cursed from the beginning.
Yeah, Fable 3 lost a lot of the charm.
I told the story on here a lot, where I went to buy Fable 3 and I had it reserved and I fully paid off the game. And I guess I had reserved like the special edition or whatever. And the guy didn't want to sell me the game at the GameStop I reserved it at. And I was 17 and he was trying to tell me I need to be 18 to buy mature games.
Imagine.
So I told him, suck my dick from the motherfucking back and I'm going to go somewhere else. And you know what I did? I went downstairs. My friend's brother worked at the one downstairs because Queen Center Mall had 2 GameStops, but he had got transferred there from Rosedale, which is near me. And boom, I went down there. He said, I got you. He slid me the special edition. And I went up there and I slammed on the counter and said, fuck you, bitch.
Yes. Oh, God.
I was like, I hope on Annie spit in your pretzel.
That is fucking savage today. I love this.
Fuck that dude. He clearly wouldn't sell it to me because that was like the last one or something, and he wanted it.
Those are good.
That's
And
another
all
side.
talk, that game was bad, and maybe that was the universe trying to save me from that terribleness. But fuck that dude.
Oh man.
Let me make my bad decision in peace.
He was trying to help you. If only you knew.
Nah, he wanted the game. And he was being a fucking dick because I came in there and bought Gears of War 2 like not too long before that from the same fucking dude. Fuck that dude.
Fucking dumb.
Also, that was in high school where I cut class a lot. I would go in that GameStop and hang out spitefully. And whenever he tried to sell somebody on some shit, I'd be like, nah, that's some bullshit. And I would heckle from the background. Fuck that dude. The next year, I would be in Urban Outfitters and I would go up there and I would just heckle him with a bag of like on Annie's. It was like the cinnamon one with the peanuts on it and stuff. And I would just be in there heckling. He was tight. He could sell no used games.
Oh my god. Ross, do you want to talk about the other kind of big PlayStation thing going on there? Bring it back around.
Which one?
The free game.
Yeah. So, Sony is bringing back their Play at Home initiative from March through June. So, in March, Ratchet & Clank 2016, the remake of the original, will be free to all PlayStation 4 and 5 owners. You don't have to have PlayStation Plus. You just have to be able to connect to the internet, and you can download that game for free. I have not played that game. It is on my to-play list. I know Chris played it and enjoyed it quite a bit.
Fantastic. Everybody should get it.
And then also, starting on March 25th, for a limited time, anime streaming services Funimation and Wakanim will offer extended access for new subscribers.
There's also a good service. I have Funimation.
I just want to know when Sony is just gonna combine Funimation and Crunchyroll in that. Like, it doesn't make sense. They own all of them. Why not?
I don't think they will because they have two different. I think they'll probably just kind of merge some of their content, and the people who want Funimation will keep Funimation. The people who want Crunchyroll will keep Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I think it's a branding type of thing.
Well,
it's like Google Maps.
I think
Google Maps bought Waze, but Waze still exists because
but they
don't
offer
trust them.
two different things. I feel like Waze is like sketchier. It's like it tells you where police are hiding and stuff. They don't want to associate
that stuff's in
that.
Google Maps now too, though. I get notifications
they tell you, but it's not the same because Waze would be like, hey, there's a cop here pulling people over. As where Google Maps is like, oh, there's like a police stop. You might want to avoid this for traffic reasons. Waze is like, here's a camera, here's the police, here's like way more detail that you can't really have with what you call it.
But Mark, they had the deal, but since then, Sony has acquired Crunchyroll. Sony owns both now, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think what they'll probably do is they'll keep Crunchyroll as like the sub partner, and then that's just gonna help them get more dubs for Funimation, I would imagine.
Well, no, I was gonna say because Funimation is its own thing. Like they're a studio that specializes in like localization and stuff, and they do a lot of other stuff outside of having their subscription service. I just says like Crunchyroll is like the premier brand where like most anime people go to. It only makes sense to put everything on Crunchyroll.
So you think let Funimation stay a studio, a production company, and then turn Crunchyroll into the purveyor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Crunchyroll does do production now of stuff. Like they're doing some of like the weird 3D like stuff. Like they have I Got Reincarnated as a Spider or whatever that show is called, and they have like some other shows that Crunchyroll just produced. Like they handle the big manhwas that are getting shows now. Like they did God of High School, and they're doing something else right now. Those are Crunchyroll shows, and they're doing more of that stuff. But I feel like, hey, if you're doing this, just trade. Just you get the shows, they get the they get the subscriptions, and then, there you go. That's it. Like,
yeah, it's fair enough.
I actually don't pay for both. I pay for Crunchyroll, and they just charged me $60, and I was kind of sad about that because I forgot it was going to hit. but I don't pay for Funimation. Funimation does have good shows right now, though. I do
I
like.
pay for Funimation. I'm grandfathered into like their $60 a year plan. So
I'm
I have
grandfathered
like,
in a Crunchyroll $60 a year plan.
Yeah.
Let's share. What's up?
Yo, what's up? You want let's do this.
Chris doesn't like subs.
I don't care. He can watch Funimation. I don't give a shit. He can watch whatever he wants.
Dubs do go up on Crunchyroll though. They're just later. They don't come out immediately, but they do go up there.
But yeah, shit, man. If you want it, I hit you up with that login. You let me know. You know what?
Horima, you like a good rom-com that actually has progression in character arcs? Horima is like it. That's maybe I used to read the manga, but I still do read the manga. It's ending soon, but that's a really good like rom-com.
Just don't read TV. Yeah, it's true. I don't read TV.
The way that's stated is funny. And the fact that you guys aren't typing immediately after reading that, there's bias here in the title naming.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a bad one actually. He's right.
It's there. I added it already.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. Okay, it's already there. What?
I was gonna say something's not right here.
This is the most titles we've had for an episode ever. This is the most probably quotable episode we've ever done.
100%.
God, again, it's just everything fucking feels trivial now, but everything we say leads to something else, so let's just keep rolling. Days Gone is coming to PC! Yes!
I'm actually excited for that. I'm going to play it, you know.
It's going to support ultra-wide, which I'm super hype about.
Hoping my hard drive doesn't fucking crash and burn.
You have to replace it by then. Oh, dude, I am so excited for Days Gone on PC. Once they said ultra-wide support, guaranteed purchase.
You think I should do a fresh install of Windows, or you think I should just...
well, is the drive that's dying the one that has Windows on it?
Yes.
Then yes. 100%.
Yeah, you should do a fresh install.
You should do a fresh.
I'm gonna try and game Microsoft to not make me have to pay for Windows again.
No, you won't. Once you log in on Windows, just get the installer. You can literally just look like Google search Windows 10 download. Microsoft is like the first result. You get the image. Once you log into your account, your license is there. The only time you need to buy a new license is if you wanted to switch from like home to pro, which is what I did last time.
I'm on pro,
and I accidentally made Ross buy one because I didn't realize that. But you can get them for like $15 if you know where to look.
You told me that last time we were talking about this. Not this specifically, but I was talking about, hey, my computer's acting weird. I might do a fresh install. But you never sent it to me, man.
Well, yeah, but I had also realized that you can just log in and it's good. Because I did that. I did a clean install on.
They'll send it to me, but if because. Yeah, I'll expound to you when we're not live shooting.
Yeah, because I was I reset my old HP laptop, Ross. I redid that because I gave it to Zane. And so I have Windows 10 Pro now linked to my account. So when I redid that one, it installed Windows 10 Pro on the laptop, or it activated Windows 10 Pro, which was nice. So like once you log in, your license is good, so you won't have to do anything.
Yeah, the computer in my room doesn't have a verified license. Let's just say that.
Well, yeah, I can help you find one for low cost.
Which is why I just want to be safe.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I don't want to push anything, but in terms of just getting everything covered we want to get covered, I do have that hard cutoff.
No, we will be good. But yeah, Days Gone coming to PC. Very excited. Very much looking forward to playing more of that. Until they said ultra wide, I wasn't like fully sold because I was like, it's really good on PS5, and then they were like ultra wide. I was like,
yeah, and they did say that they're planning on bringing more PlayStation exclusive games over to PC. They didn't specify which ones, but they did make that statement.
So here's the other side of that. What games do you think come next? That's what I did want to ask with this one. What do you think?
Bloodborne.
I would have to imagine Bloodborne. That's like the most demanded for
Bloodborne for sure.
God of War.
I would say Second Son.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, I would. Do you think they do The Last of Us
Part 2?
they might
hold off,
or do they just do one?
If they do, they do one because they're trying to get the HBO series off. I think they hold off just because they might wait until the HBO series officially comes out to part 2.
Do they bring all of the Uncharted games? All 5?
Yes.
Okay.
If they do, I think they're gonna wait and if they do a remaster
or to the Tom
of
Holland
everything.
movie.
That yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like Sony is good on capitalizing, like lining up remasters and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I feel like if it is Bloodborne, that's also going to be good for console players because they're going to do the work probably to make that 60 FPS. Nobody is going to like it if they release a 30 FPS game on PC.
I think Bloodborne is at the top of the list. Like for
Bloodborne,
think so
I would
too.
also say God of War because God of War would probably be the next easiest to translate. Just looking at like Days Gone coming over.
I could see Gran Turismo day and date PC and PS5.
I wish
That
they
just
would
got pushed
do
back
that.
to 2022.
I wish they would do that. I don't think they're going to do that because I think they're a little too concerned about the sacred console business. And
I could see if any game, I could see Gran Turismo being.
I could see
their
that
game
as well.
to do it.
I really think the only people who really suffer by PlayStation games coming out day and date are the fucking fanboys, honestly, because they just want the ammunition to be able to go out there and be like, ha, enjoy not playing Last of Us Part 2, fuckers, you know, and then like that's all they want. And if it comes to PC, it doesn't hurt them at all. But they're just like, why did I even buy a console? Do you have a PC that can run it? That's not the point. This is so stupid.
I seen the dumbest take the other day. Like, a friend of mine was tweeting, like, she was trying to get a PS5 forever. Like, forever. And then she just built, like, a really fucking expensive PC. Like, she probably put, like, $6,000 to $7,000 in building a PC. Like 3 crazy monitors. She spec'd her shit out like crazy. Cool. But then somebody was like, that sounds like somebody responded. She's like pretty popular. And it was like, that sounds like broke boy talk to me. You couldn't afford a PS5, so you built a PC. It's like, we got to get on one page. Is either PC the most expensive thing ever? But you're not going to call somebody broke for buying a fucking $8,000 PC. I mean, she didn't specify what it was costing, but you look at the panels and you look at what she had. I see Chris is like upset now. I was like, oh my God. You like, we just need to get on the same page because you could see the same people fanboying and saying, I don't play on PC because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Chris, would you like to interject on this?
I mean, if you just want to see a definition of stupidity, I mean, there it is. You know, that is the embodiment of stupid. The internet brings out the worst in people, and
people are dumb.
Yeah, no, incredibly. So
I feel like that's the biggest knock is that PC can get like it's a rabbit hole and you start spending more money than you possibly imagine.
Yeah. Like you go to rebuild your PC and then you kind of build it again. I did that. So
remember last year, guys, when I was like, I'm not going to build a new PC. I'm just going to go light. And I built a complete new PC and bought a new graphics card and did everything.
Kept the same hard drive though.
I had to cut corners somewhere.
That's fair.
I mean, that's the corner you cut usually. You just move the hard drive. All right, last 3 pieces of news. Let's get through these. Paradox has announced that Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is now on an indefinite delay, similar to another game we're going to talk about, and they are replacing developer Hardsuit Labs as the lead developer. And Hardsuit, I believe, developed the first Vampire the Masquerade. And so, like, they're taking them off the project, which is
interesting.
That's kind of a huge deal. That's not just something you do. So that would, to me, imply a lot of development issues.
That's what it seems like.
And that there's a deeper, darker criminal link happening in the background.
Also, the plot thickens. Epic pulled it from their store. They are no longer allowing people to pre-order the game. And they were one of their big partners, where they were like, yeah, you pre-order on the Epic Games Store. They are no longer letting people do that. So that, and I imagine like, you know, everywhere else where it's going to be purchasable, that's going to be the same case. Just like with Dying Light. Speaking of Dying Light, going through a similar issue, apparently the management, this was a report from The Gamer. This is a lengthy report, goes into many, many details, but apparently, again, another issue of management kind of ruining development. Dying Light 2 is struggling right now because management has a lot of like, there's apparently a culture going on in there where like you can't suggest a feature for Dying Light 2 unless you can show how that feature was used in another game. they're just looking at this and like, okay, so like we want this feature, show me how it's been used. Like they want evidence of like how this feature is good. So like they're trying to pull a bunch of the best features from a bunch of different games. They have multiple managers where one of them will greenlight something and the other one will come in and say, no, I hate it. And then the first manager will be like, no, it sucks, fix it. To the point that they're losing talented developers. There are people who just stop coming to work. You know, and it sounds like a fucking nightmare. And that game went from being one of the most hyped and anticipated games coming out, you know, last year to being, it seems nowhere close to being done. They've rewritten the story multiple times. Apparently this all happened at the end of the development of the original Dying Light, where they completely redid the story. And then that ended up being the one facet of the game that people like universally criticized, which I didn't mind. I thought the story was fine in the first one. But like, it's just this developer apparently just like, or the CEO apparently like wants to be CD Projekt Red. And so he's just like trying to lead them down this path that he thinks is going to get them there, but it's just leading to a game not getting built, you know? And everyone in that report who gives a statement or anything like that just makes it sound like a total nightmare scenario. And at this point, like, I would be more surprised if Dying Light 2 ever came out. If you guys haven't read it, I did tweet it from the HalfGen account the other day. You guys should check it out. It is a long read, but it's very enlightening as to kind of like what it looks like inside, you know, like AAA development, especially when it's being mismanaged. So when you look at something like an Anthem or, you know, things like that, it really gives you a perspective on kind of how things can go so wrong. Because you think with the Dying Light 2, you think, oh, it's easy. You just do Dying Light 1, you make a new story, add a couple features. It's great. It's done. It's not that simple though. And it's nuts.
Sidebar in staff chat, I put a link to
that.
what I was talking about.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, she has a very good response where she says, I have $400 worth of LED. Get the fuck out of my mentions. She says I have $400 of LED on my wall. Get the fuck out of my mentions. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that is not a cheap setup by any stretch.
She even has a DualSense.
Yeah.
that middle screen there looks like a fucking laptop. That's another laptop. That's not a little screen above the keyboard. That is a motherfucking like laptop. That is a 2-in-1. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That is I have $400 worth of LEDs. Get the fuck out. I love that. Fuck. I mean, speaking of LEDs, you know, RGB is the thing. That's what all the gamers want, and the gamers want HyperX, and so HP wants HyperX, and so they bought them. HP is buying the peripheral brand of Kingston's HyperX. So they bought basically like their keyboards, their mice, their popular cloud headsets, which is actually like a very, very well-respected brand within like the peripheral business. Kingston is keeping like their DRAM business. So like their internal components, they're keeping that side of the business. Their RAM, their hard drives, like SSDs, things like that. But HP is apparently trying to get very serious because Omen hasn't really taken off. So having like the HyperX line, which is already like well respected, as long as you kind of let them keep doing their business, that could be really big for HP. You know, in their attempts to kind of.
How long until Kingston comes back with like something else rebranded in their own new peripheral?
I imagine that's part of the deal where they can't do that. But I imagine there is some non-compete clause built into that of like, hey, you can't just start over.
Imagine somebody buying your business and you pop up right next door to them with a new business, which is the same idea you just had, but on steroids because you got the funding now.
Because you got $425 million, so you were like, I guess we could just start it again. I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah.
God.
That's that. That's all the news. I told you there was a lot. Before we wrap up, does anybody want to talk about anything they've been playing this week?
Yeah. I have a cautionary PSA, which seems to be different than most of the outlets I've seen reviews for the game for. and I regret buying it on PS5 instead of PC, where I could have returned it. I don't like Curse of the Dead Gods. I thought I would like that game.
I don't even know what that is.
Is that new roguelite?
Yep,
I
it's
almost
like,
bought that today.
It's like kind of like it's isometric and it's action based. It's kind of like Hades, but it has like the path, like choose your own path from like Slay the Spire. It does not feel good to play. I don't know if it's because of Hades and putting so much time into it.
Sent this to me because I like what you call it, Darkest Dungeon, so much. Well, like is a loose term, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. Looks like something I would play.
Yeah. See, Ross, that's why you buy it first on PC. Then if you like it, you buy it on PlayStation.
I learned my lesson. But yeah, it's just like everything feels just slow and cumbersome, and there's not the kind of meta progression really. Like it's more along the lines of like Dead Cells meta progression, where you can like unlock weapons that'll show up in future runs and stuff, but no like persistent upgrades to your character from what I saw. I did like 4 or 5 runs. I think that doesn't feel very good to play. I personally would avoid it. But it's getting like 8s and 9s everywhere. So what do I know?
I would say they're probably gonna fix it. Like think of that as like it's first launching. Like games like I can say like Binding of Isaac look completely different from launch. I would say that game is doing pretty well, and they're probably going to support it well into its lifespan. And it might look like a complete different game in 6 months. So I'm not buying it right now because it doesn't look like fun right now. But
is it still in early access if it came out?
I think it just came out 1.0.
Yeah, I would assume it's 1.0 if it's on PlayStation.
I think that's
I would say it's 1.0, but I would say because it didn't spend much time in early access. Because I've seen like not Northern. I've seen somebody.
Yeah, it literally says Curse of the Dead Gods out of early access.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like but the thing is, I don't think the core gameplay is going to change because like I think it's been super well received. I think it
came out yesterday, Uranium.
It's just a different type of gameplay style. Like I don't know, like once an enemy starts an attack, you can't like hit them out of an attack, which is really annoying. And there's like a light and dark type of deal with it too, kind of like Darkest Dungeon, where I think you'll start doing less damage if you're in the dark for too long. So you have a torch always, and you can light like braziers around the room or whatever, fire braziers, whatever they are. And then to make light, and then you can pick up weapons. But like, I don't know. It doesn't feel good to play for me. I regret that money I spent. But on the other hand, yep, I know what I said. On the other hand, I always mess that word up. On the other hand, I from last week's podcast, I have put about 20 hours into Knights of the Old Republic 2.
I've seen you playing that today.
Yeah, it's man. If I would have played that last year, it would have been my number 2 game of the year, right behind Last of Us. Like, I don't know what it is about those early, like those 6th generation of console BioWare games. Man, those are so good.
Do I need to play that?
I don't know if you like the combat, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What worries me.
I love the combat, but yeah, it's. So I started playing it on PC a couple years ago with the restored content mod that fans worked on that put a ton of content back that was in the game code that just got cut because they had to rush it to market. So I put like 30 hours into that and then stopped and just didn't go back for whatever reason. And then I started it on Xbox recently, and I'm like about 30 hours in. And then I thought to myself today, I was like, let me load up my PC save and see where I was at. Identical place. It was crazy. It was crazy. So now I don't think I have a ton of time left in the game. I could be wrong. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to play through each of them. I'm going to play and I'm doing basically the same run on each one. Like I always play good, like light side. So I'm going to do it and see how different the latter parts of the game are with the restored content mod versus the vanilla release that originally came out. Just out of curiosity, but
kind of a head-to-head showing of what's different.
See what all was added and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I'm having so much fun with that game, man. Oh,
I'm happy you're enjoying it.
Yeah,
to this day.
Yeah, and it's like it's sad because like apparently they added the protagonists from 1 and 2 into the Old Republic and just like butchered them. Like did no justice to them at all. It's so sad. But hopefully, KOTOR 3, we'll see what happens.
There are 2 Rosses now.
2 Rosses now. The world doesn't need that.
We already have a Bizarro Ross. We don't need another Ross.
It's true. He likes sandwiches, so do I. Side note, Republic Commando is also coming out to Switch in April as well. Like a remaster. Psyched about that. But that's all I've been playing.
Nice.
Have you been playing anything now?
I played Divinity with you guys yesterday, and I've been playing a lot of chess.
Oh.
And
you've been watching Northern Lion?
No, I've been playing chess for a long time now, low key. I didn't think about it, so one of my coworkers asked me how long have I been playing because I just keep spanking him, and like he had got cocky because I played him 2 games, not really playing him, just like playing like doing stupid shit to see what he would do. And then he went to my other coworkers and was like, "Oh, that's not that good," because all my friends told him because I guess he just got in a test. "Oh, that's not that good. He knows some stuff," but so I had to play real cutthroat against him to just like show him who's the boss. And he's like, "Yo, man, how long have you been playing chess?" And I had to think about it. I was like, "Holy fuck, I've been playing chess for 20 years.
Jesus,
that's some old man shit." Like,
like you're in the park. You're in the park at this point.
I've been playing chess for 20 years.
Just waiting for kids to walk up.
I'm like pretty confident in my chess skills. Like I'm not good at time chess, but like if we're just playing a relaxed game where we could go whenever we want and stuff, like I'm pretty good.
Northern Lion's been doing a ton of chess on his YouTube channel, which is why I was asking.
I haven't watched any of it because I love Northern Lion, but I feel like I'm good enough at chess where it might drive me insane seeing him make a dumb decision. So like, because watching Northern Lion, like I like his commentary, but I feel like chess is one of those things where he's gonna like talk through his thought process. No, but that's the opposite thinking. like I think like 5 to like 6 moves ahead, like at all times in chess. So I'm like, if he's doing something and I see the trap coming, I'm gonna go insane. So I was like,
that's fair.
Yeah. So it is fun for me though to whip like people that don't know how to play though. Like, I don't want to say whip, but like my coworker, I was whipping him, not playing seriously. So then I've been just dusting him. Like,
imagine if you could play that dude from GameStop.
Oh my god! Ruin
I wouldn't even give him the time of day. I would. He's the type to get checked in like 3.
Now would just walk up, just be like, checkmate. Wouldn't even touch the thing. He'd just be like, checkmate. I know what
I had explained to my coworker that I could have checkmated him in 3 moves the last time we played because he moved the piece left of his king, and I'd moved my pawn above my queen out, so I can move my bishop out and put him in checkmate immediately. I was like, "He's no way he's gonna fall for it," and he did, and I let him slide, and then he started talking shit, and I was like, I could have checkmated you in 3 moves, right?
Some people they need to be taught a lesson, and Nat's just here to teach those lessons. He knows when he's needed.
Yeah, man.
So
sometimes like I do dumb stuff with JP whenever he gets the courage to play me in chess again after like 3 months, because JP is probably taking the most losses in chess from me than anybody in existence. And I like just playing around with my knights and like beating him with just 2 knights and not moving the rest of my line, like pretty much besides my knights and pawns. That's fun for me.
Yeah, I would never play you in chess. I'm not good at chess because I play too defensively, and I'm just trying not to lose units, so I'm not paying attention to everything else out there.
That's not it, man.
I know.
Because you're going to get put in the setup.
I know.
You got to risk versus reward. You got to sacrifice something. You got to leave a juicy piece out there so, somebody takes the bait, and you just, like, fuck them over. You set them up.
I don't have the mind for chess. You want to play me in StarCraft? That's a different story. I'll show you a good time there. But
I think I don't know. Whatever clicks for my head for chess is why I'm not good at StarCraft. It's like, nah, this not here for you, man. Like, so. Yeah.
So I played more Destiny, more Apex. I got my first 3 win streak last night in Apex.
If any of you guys have an iPhone, want to play some iPhone chess, I'm here.
Play with his iPhone chest.
iPhone chess.
But yeah, I got my first 3-peat. We won 2 on the new map, and then we went into Kings Canyon, and then we won our first match there. And they were clean. Like we were rolling. We knew we were winning before we won. Like it was great. Fucking love Apex. I won on 3 different characters last night. Each game was with I played Revenant for the first time ever. Won the first game I ever played as him, which was cool. And I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm never playing Revenant again. 100% win rate. Quit while I'm ahead. Going back to Lifeline. And then I won my first game as her of the night. And then it was great. I loved it.
Hey.
Fucking love Apex. There's something about the way Apex is playing right now. I've got more wins this season than I've had in any season ever. And this season's 3 weeks old. Like 4 weeks old or something. I don't know. It's crazy. I love it. Destiny has
coming in.
Yeah, Destiny's still been good to me so far. Iron Banners this week. I haven't played it yet, but I want to get the guns from it. I just have to commit the time to it. But I did play 2 new games that I just bought today. I shouldn't be buying any more games because I still have so many to play. But I bought Persona 5 Strikers, and I started playing that. And boy, does that game just feel like a warm blanket. Because just talking to those characters again and kind of picking up where the original left off. Persona 5, I love those characters. So it's really nice to kind of be in a world interacting with them again.
So this is a sequel?
It is a direct sequel to original Persona 5, not
so
the Royal.
Buy that.
Yeah. So yeah, it plays different though because it's made by Omega Force, so it's more of like a Mosu type game, like the Dynasty Warriors. But I like it. It's fun.
It's on Switch, right?
Yes. I was a little upset. I bought the PC version because the deluxe version came with the soundtrack. It is not the soundtrack, though. You open up a separate, Unity-based program that you can listen to the music.
Ugh. Gross.
And so I need somebody to rip me that soundtrack.
It's only a matter of time before it's ripped. I say.
Oh no, people already ripped it. There's a program that does that. But I need somebody to give it to me. So please and thank you. I also decided to finally. I made a choice today. I bought Valheim. It's $20. Everybody's raving about it.
I mean, I'm not. So here's the thing: I think I will have fun playing it, but am I jumping for joy to go and play it? Not really. But I'll buy it if we're gonna play it. I'll buy it. I'm all here for friendship time. I
built a really shitty building. I got a crafting table, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do right now. But I've just been walking around cutting down trees and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? This game, of all of the survival games like that I played, I put over 100 hours into. I know 100 hours probably isn't much, but I put 100 hours into 7 Days to Die and stuff like that. I've put hundreds of hours into Minecraft, but this game was just really easy to pick up and kind of feel good playing it, and I like it.
I'll buy this on Friday if y'all want to play.
I'm down.
Actually can't do Friday. I need to record, but this seems like fun.
I know Cypher has it.
Building, your boy is here with the building. You guys want the castle? Let me know.
I just got to figure out, I imagine there's something I'm supposed to be crafting. I'm trying to upgrade, my workbench to level 2, but it just says, just buy, the upgrades. And I'm like,
there's certain what do I do? Where I think, certain benches need to be indoors or something. I've only watched,
so I had to put a roof. I had to put a roof up, and I've
only watched Northern Lion play it for, 5 minutes.
Yeah, so, I need to play more of it to kind of figure out why I'm stuck. But, Yeah, I'm liking it actually. I feel like this is a game I'll actually put some time into, and like I've watched the last couple nights, like I've watched like Dr. Lupo playing it a little bit, and like there are times where you go into like these caves and you're looking for treasure and stuff. The combat is a little more like involved, like it's a little more thoughtful than like kind of the spammy nature of some other games. I'm I am weirdly excited to kind of play this game. I was looking at their early access and they were like, we're like 75% feature complete, 50% content complete. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just jump in and see how it is. And I have been pleasantly surprised so far. I'm looking forward to playing more of that game.
I know Ross has to leave soon, but their recent announcements was like February 19th, 3 million Vikings, February 24th, 4 million Vikings. And I'm assuming.
I like to think that I was the one who pushed them to 4 million. It was me. I did that. You're welcome, Valheim developer.
That's true.
Yeah, that game. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you guys want to keep going, since we're just gonna take the audio from this, you guys can keep going.
I need to pee really badly.
Yeah, no, we I think we're good. I think we're good. Hell of a show today, gentlemen. Thank you.
Yeah,
I hope
and
everybody.
Uranium. Chris will probably be streaming that. I'll be in class. Unfortunately,
I will be streaming that. So
yeah.
Be here for that tomorrow. No. The State of Play tomorrow for PlayStation. They're going to show some. I think they've got a few reveals, but mostly follow-ups on games they've already announced. So we'll probably see something for like Stray and things like that in that Kenna game.
Yeah.
So they should hopefully be a good show. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to playing more stuff on my PS5 that I have not used in a while.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I was going to say, garbage time, throw the ball in the back court. Your boy is here. Let me let y'all know. Soldier Boy, I got the market cornered. Who has more Soldier Boy hot takes in gaming podcast history?
I think he's right.
I'm about to hang up right now. I'm so close.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, for listening, for hopefully enjoying. We'll catch you next week. 3 minutes to
Ross has to go. Guys, I hope you submitted your BDSM results so we know who to kink shame.
Thank you, guys. Bye.